Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughan for Sam Sports Report. Raiders, Chiefs like yesterday. Not going to close one in. And Chiefs fans getting excited who probably look just like this. Bagging by the fans of the drunk fans at the game yesterday. The Kansas City Chiefs avoid disaster the last 2 weeks and really the last three. The last four. Overtime, loss, win by 3, win by 2 on we'll just see what it is. We have another surprise. The Chiefs get lucky again, or they just win because they're that good of a team. Nobody can really figure that out. But anyways, the Chiefs continue to have left tackle problems. And that didn't fix itself yesterday. In the second half, the Chiefs had to change from Wanya Morris, move him over and move Tooney from left guard to tackle and move Mike Caliendo in his spot at left guard. The pass defense wasn't that good either. But I guess they weren't terrible. But yet, once again, they weren't good because the quarterback had easily over 300 yards. 340 yards, in fact. And the running back was kind of running all over the place. He had 12 carries for 64 yards. Brock Bowers had 100 yards. But the Chiefs kept getting it close. And they scared you. And it was 3-3 at the end of one. But the Chiefs got a touchdown, 10-3, and a missed field goal that was a prayer and maybe less likely than Mahomes throwing a Hail Mary. But in the end, it really didn't matter. I probably would have chose the 60-yard field goal as well. Problem is you have a new kicker, and he didn't even get it close. Chiefs got it to 16-3, and you looked like the Chiefs have it in control. Maybe they won't cover, but all right. 16-10, Raiders, and the Chiefs had a lot of opportunities, and the Chiefs would fall down 17-16 as the Raiders made a touchdown after it was 16-13. So the Raiders went on a 14-0 over their own. And what do I say? I don't know what I say. Is it as bad as Chiefs fans think? Probably not. I mean, they don't understand how hard it is to win 3 Super Bowls, I don't think. Typically, Missouri fans are just, they are fair weather fans. I don't know if they're not with the Chiefs. I mean, clearly they're not. They had support when they were not good. So maybe they're not quite fair weather fans there. But, I mean, Missouri probably is the most fair weather fans. Probably not in the United States, but in the Midwest, probably most fair weather fans. So I don't really think, nor do I think the Chiefs just want to win every year and they don't take into account. Frankly, I don't know if the Chiefs fans are the show me state. So unless the Chiefs are showing up, the Chiefs fans are going to complain. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs fans are not what Philadelphia fans, but they're not as loyal as they say they are. Maybe Royals fans are, but Chiefs fans aren't as loyal as they say they are. Chiefs win 19-17. That's some Sam Vaughan Smack. Chiefs are number 1 seed, 11-1, so you don't apologize for team wins. Now, the left tackle is the worst spot in the NFL. They've tried to change left tackles and tried to take them out twice. They've had to take out the left tackle. So that needs to be fixed. But if they get that fixed, they have to go to G.J. Humphries next week to solidify that spot. That's Sam Vaughan Smack as well. Chiefs squeak it out. Here it is at the end. The Raiders kept staying around. Chiefs got a field goal to start the game. But that's how the field game would go, mostly. Daniel Carson got a field goal. Justin Watson got a 6-yard touchdown pass. And Matthew Wright was pretty good on field goal. Was really good on field goals. He made one from 42. He made one from 45. 35. He did miss one towards the end of the half. That's why the score was 10-3 instead of 13-3. But in his sake, it was a long field goal. I mean, it was a 59-yard attempt. So maybe Harrison Butker makes that, but that's about it. I mean, Justin Tucker. I mean, there's some kickers that would make it. But you can't expect your kicker to come off the practice squad or be the third kicker on the team, essentially what he is, and make a field goal like that. So maybe you throw it by Patrick Mahomes, but it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. The Chiefs looked 10-3. Chiefs weren't looking good, but you thought, yeah, they're going to pull it out. They're going to maybe cover, maybe not, but we're going to see them win. And then all of a sudden, the Raiders turn over the ball on downs. The Chiefs have a chance to go take a touchdown and go take the lead by 17 and 14 and go get firm control of the game. Instead, they get a field goal. And the Chiefs live lively again as the Raiders missed a field goal from 55 yards. Field goal. Raiders come back with a touchdown. A punt by the Chiefs. Raiders come back with another touchdown, which would take the lead on a deep right pass. And this quarterback looks like Peyton Manning, and he's your fourth-string quarterback, or third, or whatever, a fourth-round pick. Well, he looks like Peyton Manning out there. And he's done it twice because he beat the Chiefs last year on Christmas Day. And a field goal to make it 19-17, a punt and a punt. I missed field goal by the Raiders, which probably would have won the game, blah, 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 blah. And then a punt, and then the Chiefs get lucky by a fumble of that way. You saw at the end of the game. Here's that. Fumble. Chiefs win, luckily again, 19-17, but they're still finding ways to win. That's Sam Vaughan Smack.
Goal from here. Drops it. Flag is thrown though. Flag will stop it. 4 seconds went off the clock, but what is the call?
This center he's a rookie. He snapped the football. I don't know what he thought he heard. The Raiders weren't even lined up. It's got to be on the Raiders for not even having a chance to get lined up.
This crowd couldn't hurt anything. Jackson Powers Johnson is the center.
Yeah, the Raiders didn't have a chance to get set. The ball is snapped.
It was a 2nd and 3.
The clock had stopped by firing it, so there will not be a 10-second. I'm not sure Jackson Powers Johnson, what made him think to snap that ball. It just bounced off the chest of O'Connell.
Illegal shift on the offense. That penalties decline. The Chiefs did recover the backwards pass and take over first down.
Whoa, on top of it.
Wow.
Kansas's season is over, as they had one of the most inconsistent years. 45-17. A way to think about it is the Chiefs that just crashed into the playoffs and had Larry Johnson and Trent Green. Larry Johnson had one of the greatest seasons ever. I don't care if you don't like him or not. The greatest season ever as a Chief. That's what KU is this year, except with the quarterback. And you would have said, well, I would want a quarterback at the end. I would want to change my quarterbacks now, and then I want to change them back all at the end. Well, it doesn't matter. KU didn't meet expectations this year. That's Sam Vaughan Smack. Right now, Arizona leads Arizona State 21-0. Texas Tech beats West Virginia 52-15. Missouri and Arkansas are tied at 7. It's 7-0. Auburn 41-14. Kentucky. And here's the rest of the games tonight. So the first big story of the day, Ohio State loses to Michigan. It was a sluggish game all throughout. And Ohio State did not meet up to expectations. And is that troublesome? Towards the end of the season, they'll probably still make the playoffs if they were at number 2 and 10-2. But they put the pants and pooped all over the field. They made a touchdown, a field goal, and that was really it. Michigan scored a field goal at the end to win it 13-10. Ohio State embarrasses their team on the field, but Michigan did get the flag down and put it in the middle of the field to get fights on the end of the game. That's just, you can't do it anymore, guys. You can't put the flag in the middle of the field because you got to win better. I don't know. I mean, that's what I think. Whatever Baker Mayfield, put the flag in the middle. But you got to win better. Got to have better sportsmanship. That's the bottom line of that. Tennessee comes back after a great first quarter by Vanderbilt, but they couldn't hold on. Of course, they lose 36-23. Tennessee wins that one. And South Carolina gets the upset over Clemson, 17-14. Clemson's probably going to fall out of the playoffs. Does South Carolina get up enough to move up and get 4 teams in now? We'll see on that over the weekend. But I imagine South Carolina with the upset has a big chance of getting in. And we'll see more on that as the week goes on. But I'm putting South Carolina probably in 9-2, 8-3. I mean, Alabama probably makes it, I guess, because they're Alabama. But I think South Carolina should make it because you don't always have to give the bid to Alabama. That's Sam Vaughan Smack again. And the other games going on, Notre Dame and USC are tied at 7. Missouri and Arkansas are tied at 7. Miami leads Syracuse 21-7. SMU leads South California, or Cal, whichever one you want to call them, 21-0. Alabama leads Auburn 7-0. And Arizona State put it on Arizona as they're really good this year at 16, 21-0. Illinois puts it on Northwestern 38-28. And later today, Purdue will play Washington. Oregon will play Washington. The best game of the day will be Texas A&M. Let's get to that game. Texas A&M will play, the winner will play in the SEC Championship. Now Georgia, all indications yesterday, they were just too big. But it wasn't without playing a not so good a performance. We've got Georgia to talk about at the end. Quinn Edwards will be a player to watch out for Texas. Trevane Winster will be a player to watch out for. Trayvon at the running back. Winster, Gunner at the receiver. Texas, the third best team in the defense in the nation. Watch out for Jaden Braun and Anthony Hill are players to watch out for Texas' defense. They're third best in the nation. Now let's look at Texas A&M. Marcise Reed hasn't done bad, but hasn't done great, but he's a freshman definitely. Lavon Moss and wide receiver Neil Thomas is a player to watch out for. Noah Thomas is on the defense. Last night's game, Boise State, Oregon State. Touchdown, Ashton Gentry for 226 yards. Heisman Trophy-like winner. He had 1 touchdown and carried the ball, and man, he is a beast. I would show his stomach picture, but I think that's probably too inappropriate, but you can go check that out on this link. Oklahoma State blows out Colorado 52-0. Jaden Sanders had a great last game, 5 touchdowns. He's supposed to go as the first quarterback off the board in football. All conference championships determined next week look like this. Here's the Big 12 scenario for Texas and A&M. Here's the updated Big 12 standings. College football conference games as of right now. Florida, Friday, December 6th. Tulane will play. We'll set up all those games later this week. But here is the conference championships decided so far. And the best game of the day was Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech was shocking everybody with a 17-0 lead. Georgia got it back with a 27-0 run. And then they went final in 8 overtimes. It was the most amazing game I've seen probably ever. Final in OT, 8 OTs, 40-42. Should college change the college football overtime rules back to the old rules? Otherwise, it's just pretty much a 2-point conversion game. The Georgia Tech quarterback, Haynes King, was the player of the game. He had over 300 yards passing and 110 yards rushing and had 5 touchdowns on the day. Carson Becht also had 5 touchdowns through the air. It was a crazy game, and I'm telling you what, that was a barn burner. Here's highlights of that. That's Sam Vaughan Sports. We'll see you tomorrow.